doesn't matter. Hey, doesn't matter.
It don't matter what they say, we gon' talk anyway. Bell rings, mic check, let the real ones play. From the legends to the new blood climbing the ladder. Welcome to the show, it doesn't matter. Notorious Dome set the tone, main event status. BDC bring a fire, every take savage. Strap facts with the knowledge, history splatter. Poppy planting a wild card, say it loud, it doesn't matter. No filter, no bias. This is the It Doesn't Matter podcast.
32 teams are left. Guys, welcome back to the Wrestling Tag Team Madness. I'm your host. I'm Tori's. I am Dom. I'm here with Stratfex. I'm here with BDC. And I'm here with Poppy Platino. The easy wins are gone. Every team in this bracket, they have a chance to win this. So let's get right to it. Who is going to survive? BDC, tell the names of the regions again.
We have Dudleyville. We have the Steiner line. We have the Legion of Doom. And we have the Hardy Compound.
All right, well, we about to start with Dudleyville. And 4 of us, if it's a tie, I have the list from Booby. All right, here we go.
Basically means anyone current will win.
It's possible.
Who are you to doubt El Booby?
El Booby. Platino, you good over there?
Historical fact. Please stand by.
Oh, my God.
Cool.
All right. All right, well, we're going to start right now. Yeah, we see the P. We see the P.
All right.
Pants down. All right, well, our first match for Dudleyville, we have Violence taking on Savagery. We have the Dudleys bringing the table, Bubba Ray and Devon, and they are taking on the Wild Samoans. Can Extreme Rules break a team that never been civilized to begin with? BDC, Who do you got?
I like the way you frame that, because that's kind of the lines I'm looking at. It's like, yeah, the Dudleys are violent, but are they more violent than a team that's never been, has always been savage? Like, is savagery bigger than violence, as we are now down to 3? And the answer to that for me is going to be savagery. As much as I love the Dudleys, I'm going to go with the Wild Samoans, because at some point they have to get to that violence, which may be impossible if the Samoans are destroying them before they even get a chance to even get it started.
Wow, okay. So we got 1 for the Wild Samoans. Platino, can Extreme Rules break a team that was never civilized to begin with? The Dudley Boys or the Wild Samoans? Who do you got?
That's difficult, because the Wild Samoans were a very great tag team, and like they say, you can't really break those coconuts, man. Them things are a little bit on the harder side. Pause. But
Right.
one of the most decorated tag teams of all times, and they've won championships all over the world, every single place.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what era, what decade. You put somebody in front of them, they're gonna beat them. I'm going with the Dudleys tonight.
All right, we are split. Strap, crowd work. Who you got?
See, we're not talking about the intelligence of the people portraying the characters of Alpha and Sika here. We're not talking about the real-life personalities of Todd Smith and Barry Watts. No, we're talking about savages, just like BDC said. We're talking about the unsophisticated, the imbecilic Wild Samoans. They're no match for the modern-day warriors. Bubba Ray, Devon Dudley. The Dudley boys are going to unmatch, and outplay the Wild Samoans.
All right, so we got 2 for the Dudleys.
2-1.
2-1. Well, you already know who I'm going with.
I was about to say, your shirt kind of tells it all. So
don't let the shirt fool you. But one of the greatest tag teams of all time, they can definitely take on these Samoans, because they could, it'll definitely be a ballroom brawl right there.
Yep.
And,
absolutely.
Yeah. the Dudleys can hang. No pun intended. The Dudleys
Yep.
is advancing to the Sweet 16. Boom.
Yes, they are.
Plotton, you good over there, man?
He's having a hell of a time with that razor blade.
You good?
Second screen.
What an armpit!
Second screen's
know,
messed
pity.
up, brother.
What an armpit!
You don't even need a second screen for this one.
Shut up.
For this episode.
The attic heat is melting the equipment.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
You good?
Good enough.
All right. Stay right there. All right. So our
Don't
next match,
Move.
BDC. BDC.
I did that one on purpose.
All right. So we got Brains taking on the overwhelming force. But you know that Arn Anderson, he would dissect the Giants piece by piece. Can strategy overcome sheer size, or will the Horsemen get flattened? Excuse me. We have the Colossal connection, Andre the Giant and Haku taking on Oli and Arn Anderson. Woo! BDC, who do you get?
So I think we had this conversation last week. Arn Anderson definitely would be able to hang with Haku to a degree. Ollie Anderson, I'd say somewhat of the same. But do you think they could both hang with both Haku and Andre the Giant at the same time? They would have to single out Haku. They would absolutely have to single out Haku or work some shenanigans like tying Andre the Giant's foot down to the floor in order to really beat one or both of them. As an accomplished tag team as they are, I think in this case it would be a matter of size over technique when it comes to Andre the Giant, and Haku is just as badass as they come. So I'm going to go with Colossal Connections again.
All right. Andre and Haku. Platino, who do you got?
Man, I really want to say the Andersons so bad just because of the whole Four Horsemen aspect of it. Because like you said, the Horsemen would have figured out a way to separate one of them and then take advantage of, especially Haku. It's not going to be Andre. I don't think Andre's going to take the pin. He would probably get distracted somehow. Where I think it'd be a matter of maybe if he's the legal man, they'd find a way to get him DQ'd, be a count out from going after all three of the members while one is still in the ring. I'm going with the Andersons, actually. I really want to go with Colossal
He talked
Connection.
himself into it.
Yeah. I'm just going to every other scenario. I can see them winning, but the Andersons, I feel like they'll figure out a way within the Four Horsemen's stable to, keep the straps on them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Strap, who you got? It's split right now.
I am only an Arn Anderson because I think, Andre the Giant is such a notable giant. You can figure out a game plan without even having to do much studying. You got to isolate the giant and you focus on Haku. And I mean, that's a strategy any good tag team would have to do. And if there's any better strategist than Ole and Arn Anderson, we'll figure that out in this bracket. But for now, I got the Andersons.
All right. And as for me, I am going with the Horsemen. I'm going with the Andersons as well. I feel like they'll take out Haku. Hell, they'll beat up Andre in the bathroom. They'll jump him. They'll get him.
They'll jump him in the bathroom.
They'll jump him in the bathroom.
What's our strategy, brothers?
And you know what?
Jump
And the
'em.
funny thing is, I can't even doubt that. Yeah,
Exactly. They'll find a way.
He would be in the locker room, and like all of a sudden, he'd try to get out the locker room, and the door would be locked, and he can't get.
So true.
I can absolutely
so
see
true.
that.
So it's funny because on WCW The Vault, they just uploaded Horsemen beatdowns. So if you want to see all the beatdowns, Dusty Rhodes and everybody else, it's up there right now.
That is so true.
Oh, man.
That's classic.
Yeah, so I'm going with
That's
Arn and
classic.
Ole. So the Andersons moving on to the Sweet 16.
Yep.
Smart.
All right, so now
Funny.
it's going to get innovative because we're going to have a different styles clash right here. The Eliminators were ahead of their times, but they might met their match because the future could have surpassed them. We have the Eliminators, Perry Saturn and John Cronus, taking on the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. BDC, who do you got?
I know who I want, but I've seen enough of them to know where I'm going to go with this, unfortunately. And it, for me, is the Bucks. And as much as it is grinding me to say that, because at the end of the day, they would end up no-selling everything anyway. So it would just be the Young Bucks. They would no-sell everything and just super kick the hell out of everybody until somebody went down. One or the other. As much as I love the Eliminators, yeah, I think it would be the Bucks.
All right. Platano, who do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Bucks on this one because I feel like they can adapt to just about any single style that's put in front of them. I know BDC, you say that that the Bucks don't sell. I think that I've seen a couple matches where they do sell. I think they placate towards the IWC where it's like, oh, the Bucks do this, the Bucks do that. And they're like, you know what? You say we're doing that, we're not selling, we're not doing this. We'll do just that, just to piss you eyes off, and then completely switch the whole way they wrestle against another tag team, knowing that the IWC's like, wait, why are they doing that? Why aren't they going back to their old style? They have a way of finding out what the pulse of wrestling really is. I know some people don't understand it. Maybe because the sickos are the ones that controlling AEW at the moment. But I'm going with the Bucks, man. I can go along. I could go a lot longer than what I really want to go, but I'm just go Bucks for now.
All right. Strap, who you got?
Reflecting on what BDC mentioned and Abel mentioned as well, how the Young Bucks will do certain things that piss off a certain segment of the audience, and it works. And as Platinum mentioned, maybe it's intentional, and so it is working. They're just trolling you for trolling them.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like I used to work with this guy named Charles, and we worked at a watch store selling watches.
I know.
And he would do this thing. He would do this thing. He would take his fingernails. He would scratch the glass, and he would make that ear piercing noise. Like Psycho Sid's music. And every time I wouldn't say anything about it. Yes. I would just start talking. I would be like, hey, there's this movie I just saw, blah, 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 and I would do that all the time. We worked together all the time. He knew. He was a smart guy, so he knew that annoyed me because he knows that every time he began to do that I would start talking to him. So he was trolling me, and I thought I was trolling him. But anyway, the Eliminators and the Young Bucks here. I'm not trolling anybody when I say I'm picking the Young Bucks. I got much appreciation for the Eliminators and their style of work, but hey, we're gonna go with a little bit of longevity and the brother factoid. So Young Bucks.
All right, as for me, it is unanimous. I'm going with the Young Bucks. All right, well, our next match.
Can I just quote Steve Carino for one moment?
Go ahead.
How much you spend on that the super kick meter? I spent $5,000. My wife's gonna kill me.
I don't know what match that was. I forgot, but
Final battle.
Is that when they didn't do no super kicks?
Nope, they did not do one super kick.
Because they were doing all cutters that match.
Yeah.
The whole show, cutter.
Again, because everyone's saying all they do is super kicks, so they did not do one super kick all night until the end of the night.
Now that's something they got to revisit. Never mind the Super Card of Honor that happened very recently. That looked like trash. I'm gonna go find this match and find it and watch that one. Because they had the match. I think they wrestled the Briscoes in their last Ring of Honor match, and the Briscoes won, but the Briscoes were heels at the time, and they had the terrible prodding music, and it's like that's how you end your biggest show of the year, with the heel Briscoes with their sad music. That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure if it was that one or another one. But
it wasn't that. I think they had gone against who the hell did they go?
Me and you watched it. It was hilarious.
I think they went against War Machine. I know War Machine was in a part of that show. It was 2016, if I believe.
If anyone chooses War Machine in this show,
they didn't make the
good
list.
for you.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about that on my drive the other day. I'm
Viking experience.
Next year.
I'm like, how the hell do we forget War Machine?
Y'all forgot the Briscoes.
No, I
forgot that the New Day beat him at WrestleMania one night.
No, yeah.
Look, not to be confused with the Viking Experience, I said.
Stupid name.
Yeah. All right. Well, our next match, we have a pure fight right here, pure power, no flips, no games, just impact. Which powerhouse tag team do you guys got? BDC, we have the Powers of Pain of the Warlord and the Barbarian taking on Harlem Heat, Booker T, and Stevie Ray. Now, can you dig that, sucker?
Now, so I unfortunately, being as I did a lot of watching Nitro for the show that we apparently used to do, where it was a lot of Harlem Heat matches, and for as good as they were and as good as they will become, they made a lot of bonehead mistakes, and they'd get caught in some weird situations, and situational awareness was like -50. And with the Powers of Pain, all it would take would be one for them to just basically overwhelm. That being said, I don't think that would happen. I'm still going Harlem Heat.
I was about to say, all right. I was like, where's he going with this? I had no idea. All right, Platinum, who you got?
I'm gonna use your logic against you because of that situation. I was
Yeah.
thinking that as well.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
the Harlem Heat seems to always make bonehead moves at the worst possible time. I'm not saying that they're bad wrestlers or bad tag team. I think they're one of the
No.
greatest tag teams to ever come out of WCW.
But yeah, they had
Yeah.
some real bonehead shit.
But when you make those key mistakes at the wrong time,
Mhm.
that's gonna cost you. And especially in a tournament like this, you make one bad move, and the Powers of Pain are just gonna end that night. So I'm gonna go with the Powers of Pain. I don't normally do this, but yeah, suckers got to know.
All right, so we are split right now. Strap.
Mhm.
There's
Work.
a Saturday Night Live sketch that I really enjoy. It was Ryan Gosling was the host of this particular show, and it's a reel, it's a short on YouTube. And anyway, they portray a Cyclops, not the mutant, but a medieval Cyclops, which they're described as a very brute, strong creature, but not a very bright one, which describes the powers of pain. So I'm going with the Harlem Heat because they'll outmatch the powers of pain.
And you're right, Platinum. Suckers gots to know. Harlem Heat's moving on to the next round. Can you dig that, sucker?
That's cool.
I like how Harlem Heat integrated, the popular 90s black sitcoms at the time, except for Family Matters. They never wanted to do that one. Did I do that?
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, man.
He's not lying though. He ain't lying, folks.
Stevie Ray, what you got to say?
Did I do that?
WZUP, what up?
Basically. Oh, Lord. All right. Well, that is it for Dudleyville. BDC, was it Steiner region? Steiner line?
Steiner line, baby.
All right. Well, it's definitely going to get tough right here. And we're going to kick it off with Platino this time. We're going to switch things up a little bit. So we have Technical Brilliance taking on Raw Athletic Freaks. We have the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott Steiner, taking on Owen Hart and the British Bulldog. Can Owen out-wrestle them before Scott try and break somebody in half? Who do you got, Platino?
Normally, I would go with Owen and Bulldog on just about any other tag team, just because the sheer brilliance that Owen is. Owen was probably one of the greatest wrestlers that never really got that chance to be the world champion.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, when it comes to Steiners, power and strength is what they have, and it don't matter if you got Owen or Bulldog. Scotty and Rick, they ain't playing. They the real dogs in here, boy. So I'm going with the Steiners.
All right. There's no right or wrong answer here. So, BDC, who do you got?
Yeah. You forgot to mention speed because they were deceptively quick for their size.
Yeah,
too.
they
like,
were.
Like Owen may be quicker than the both of them, but Bulldog was absolutely not. I'm of the same vein. It's like Owen Hart is amazing, and Bulldog was a great tag team back in the day, but his he was always the strength to, Dynamite Kid's technique and speed, and that's kind of the same thing here. But what do you do when you have two guys that are all of that in one?
Yep.
So it's going to be Steiner Brothers for me.
Strap.
I've worn this tank top for 20 years. That's how old this tank top is. All my photos on Facebook have this tank top in it. But anyway, I'm going to, I think a booking is a really important thing here, where you do the booking, the States or Japan. Because if this match took place in the United States, I would go with Owen and the Bulldog. But I'm going to re-envision this in my vision. I'm going to use the Japanese Steiner brothers versus, the American booked Owen Hart and the British Bulldog. And the Japanese version of the Steiner brothers would decimate Owen and the Bulldog. So I would go with the Steiner brothers. I mean, if this happened in the States, the way they were booked, I would go with Owen and the Bulldog, but I'm reimagining this. So my pick are the Steiners.
So at Wrestle Kingdom, you have the Steiners. At WrestleMania, you have Owen and the Bulldog.
Yes.
What about Triple Mania?
No.
All right. Well, it's unanimous. It's the Steiner brothers. Ain't no way Rick and Owen and Bulldog can keep up with the Steiners. I don't care. These guys are powerful. They are quick. They're technical. They are the total package. You want a promo?
Literally.
Go ahead.
Okay. Whoa, wait, okay. Yeah, this was released on the Vault recently. It was June 1996 or May 1996. The giant WCW World Heavyweight Champion going off against the tag team specialist Scott Steiner with the mullet, the long hair, and the neon weird tights and stuff. Like, look at this. The Giant versus tag team wrestler Scott Steiner. Years down the line, it's the Big Show and Big Papa Pump. Can you imagine those things? I mean, WCW would do those kind of special one-off world championship matches, and I appreciated those. Like even the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton. It's like, how is Ricky Morton going to go off against Ric Flair, the world champion, for the title? WWE would never do that. You'd never have Axe facing Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Saturday Night's Main Event. Although that sounds awesome, by the way. Or, say Ultimate Warrior versus Rick Martel. I mean, that might happen, but we're not really sure.
Right.
Who else?
That was really cool that they would randomly just every now and then they just randomly pick a tag team starter, just go in there and see what he could do. And it felt more like it was a chance to give them a chance to see if they could survive a solo push. And Scott Steiner certainly did. But yeah, it did seem like that at times. It was like they'd put these tag team wrestlers into a singles match for a championship, see if they could get over as far as a solo act, and if they could, then they did, and if they couldn't, then they would just remain in the tag team.
Good trial run.
Yeah. Kind of like having Lex Luger in a WWE ring holding up the heavyweight championship, and then say, hey, how would you feel about Lex Luger being the world heavyweight champion? And everybody's like, nah. So then I was like, okay, we'll keep it on Yokozuna. Thank you. Thanks for letting us know.
Right there. All right, well, the Steiners on to the next round, Sweet 16.
Yep.
Here we go. So our next match, we have Chaos taking on Precision. We have the Midnight Express of Stan Lane and Sweet Bobby Eaton. And they are taking on Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody, Can Finesse survive absolute destruction? Platino, who do you got?
Give me Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody. Was it Bruiser Brody?
Hansen.
No, not Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser Brody and Stan Hansen.
Yeah, give me those guys. I'm sorry, right. The Midnights ain't got no shot.
All right. BDC, who you got?
Same.
All right.
No explanation needed.
Yeah, guys, you need to, for the younger fans like Dante, Go look up some highlights from Bruiser Brody.
Yeah.
Just him alone.
Yeah.
He was a maniac, but behind closed doors, great guy. That's all I got to
Dark
say.
Side
about
of the
that.
Ring, Bruiser Brody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Check it out. Strap, who you got?
You know why Bruiser Brody stunk so much? He was afraid to take a shower. And the one time he did, look what happened. See, Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody are the opposite of the Powers of Pain. They got the brute strength and size and skill, but Bruiser Brody is very intelligent back then.
Yeah,
He didn't
yeah,
seem
he
like
was.
it.
Yeah, he
Didn't
was.
seem like it. And that, to me, will carry them over the hill
Mm-hmm.
and beat the Midnight Express. So I'm going with Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody.
Wow. All right. Well, it's not unanimous. I'm going with the Express. Why? Because they got Jim Cornette, they got Terry Bam Bam Gordon, so they could definitely, or Gordy, excuse me, they definitely could interfere and distract one of these guys.
Possible.
But
It
doesn't matter.
One might get a tennis racket broken upside the head. And I'm
Yeah.
not talking about Hansen or Bruiser.
I think Jimmy knows better just not to mess with Stan Hansen and Brody, especially with that
Like,
wild
it'll
chain.
be a shot to the back, followed by getting snatched and somebody getting cracked over the
Yeah.
dome with it. That's where I see that going.
That tennis
Well,
racket
that's
got
all you
none
got.
on that chain that Bruiser Brody got around. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about a little chain you wrap around your hand. That mother 10
No.
feet long. Pause.
Sweet
Think-
Stan.
Think for people who only watch WWF back in the 90s, think Hercules Hernandez double in size.
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah, I don't think Hogan wanted to mess with him. He was like, I don't know, brother.
Mm-mm.
He's a little too rough for me.
Mm-mm.
And
he
Brody would
he
legitimately
would have hurt him.
just
Yeah.
to prove a point, like, oh, you want to mess around? Okay, brother.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody on to the Sweet 16.
I tell you what, Bruiser Brody ain't doing no finger poke of doom.
Snap
No.
that damn
No,
finger.
you ain't paying him.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd have looked at him and was like,
Come on, Abel, you got to give him a chance.
Be like,
you need to give him a good stab at it.
Yeah.
All right, Platino.
I-
On to the next one.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
Yep.
Are you here to win or are you here to get over? Because we have entertainment taking on the fundamentals. We have the New Age Outlaws of the Road Dogg Jesse James and the badass Billy Gunn taking on one of my favorite tag teams, FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler. Who do you got?
who was the other team against FTR?
The New Age
The New Age
Outlaws.
Outlaws.
Oh, he didn't know?
Nope, don't care. FTR. Yeah, I said it. Too much gimmick for me. I want the meat and potatoes, and FTR is going to give it to you. And they could talk on the mic, too.
I feel
Oh,
like this
Dash.
match actually happened on the Raw anniversary show
Yes.
in 2019.
Yeah, when Shawn Michaels didn't want to give Dax Harwood some love and made fun of him, whatever, some shit like that.
Yep.
When Vince McMahon didn't want to give the Manhattan Center any love and sent him the Miz twice.
Yeah.
Remember that double taping?
Yep.
Yeah.
Barclays got Stone Cold Steve Austin. Manhattan Center got Repo Man.
True. You ain't lying.
I mean, if I had to make a bet, I would have gone to. If I had to make a choice, I would have gone to the Manhattan Center. And it's like they're gonna do something special here, and not they
They
gave
did
him a
have
few
full of
things,
it.
but it wasn't the Raw that you'd think it would be.
Yeah. All
What
right,
they gave you was the
BDC.
ability to watch the show on the Trons for everyone else to see the good stuff.
Think about WrestleMania 2. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Everybody's across town.
Yeah. Everybody over there.
All right, BDC, who you got? New Age Outlaws or FTR?
Interestingly enough, I could apply the Colossal Connection logic to this match because you don't just have the New Age Outlaws, you have all of DX. And it could be there could be a scenario where the New Age Outlaws interfere and force a singling out of either Wheeler or the other, because right now I can't remember the name, and cause the W that way. That being said, like I said earlier, I don't see that happening. So I'm gonna actually go with FTR too.
All right. Strap, who you got?
You know, this may seem like an aside, but you said the word out loud. So I think the White Six, one of their original names options was the Fundamentals. That's pretty cool.
That's in the game, 2K.
The New Age Outlaws versus FTR. Yes, good Lord, indeed. It is Sunday after all. Oh, spoiler alert. I'm just going to pick the New Age Outlaws. I think FTR is wonderful, great for all the good reasons said out loud, but in my head, and maybe a poster in my bedroom, I see a shiny King of the Ring Billy Gunn coming back as a surprise tag team partner and reunion of the Road Dogg Jesse James. I just saw this clip somewhere. It's like that's a tight ass tag team, but I like that versus them uggos, them truck drivers. Nothing wrong with driving a truck. FTR.
All right, so it's 2-1 right now. 2-1 FTR. So this is tough for me because I love the New Age Outlaws growing up. That was my tag team. I know the line word for word, and I'm not going to stay it because I might fumble it like I did with Just Incredible. FTR is one of my favorite tag teams now. So do I go with entertainment or do I go with the fundamentals? Do I go with the flips? They ain't do no flips. It's all fists and entertainment. But these boys, they are Midnight Express. They know how to. They'll give you what you need in a wrestling match. The Outlaws, they'll definitely entertain you. So, like Strap Fat says, all depends on where the booking is. If it's AEW, FTR. If it's WWE, New Age Outlaws. So where can I put this match? Right in between.
New Japan.
Puerto Rico.
You could do that.
If it's Puerto Rico, it's gonna be the Outlaws. They'll say everybody will say they damn quotes, man.
That's
they
true.
will say that.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
Depends on what you're looking for. You for pure entertainment, or you want straight tag team wrestling?
All depends what you want. Well, I'll say this:
Go old school Ring of Honor.
There you go.
That would be FTR. But
Texas State.
I was a WCW guy. I like WCW, and WCW has some wrestling, so I'm gonna have to go with FTR.
Okay.
FTR is moving on to the Sweet 16.
My man.
Kid, you know I like badass, but whatever.
Yeah. Dom
6,
is
7, 6,
toxic.
7.
See, badasses drove by me.
Say it ain't so. I will not.
Say yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, this next match, can tradition survive the modern day war style? Because we have discipline taking on unpredictability. Platinum, we have the G.O.D, the Gorillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa taking on the Hart Foundation, Bret the Hitman Hart, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Who do you get?
You got a guy who literally got fired about a few weeks ago because he just couldn't get his foot in the right spot. And Tama Tonga's still there, surprisingly. And then you got...
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. And then you have one of the greatest wrestlers of all time teaming with one of the strongest shot putters of all time in Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Not just in the nation, the world. He was ranked number 2 in the world. I'm going with the Hearts, man. When you come out of that dungeon, you become a different person. I mean, granted, Natty's doing her thing now. I think Jada's going to really benefit from her. I'm just going to go with that. So, Heart Foundation for me.
BDC, who you got?
Yeah, I had to think about this one a little bit because for the same reason that Platno said, you know, Tonga Loa never really, in no version of him in WWE could he ever find his footing. He was more known for the errors he made than the actual performances in the ring.
Let me cut you off right quick.
Find it. Go ahead.
Let me cut you off. Did he get over in TNA when he was Micah? You was watching TNA, Strap?
I don't remember the name of. So does that
It's not
tell
my
you
turn
anything?
yet.
Dom, did you watch TNA too? Did you ever mention Micah to me?
Yeah, I don't remember the name.
Listen.
I don't remember that name.
We all pretty much we're not supreme sickos, but we're a little bit of a sicko. We'd have mentioned one of us been like, huh, you seen that guy over there? Okay.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Continue. Carry on.
But yeah, I mean,
Well, hold on, Tom.
but yeah, he just couldn't find his way, and I mean, you even bring Tamatonga back and kind of bring the Gorillas of Destiny angle to the MFT, and he still can't get it, and it's like, I so caught a little bit of their time in New Japan, whether they were with the Bullet Club or what have you, and it was like there was no, oh my God, I wish this guy was in WWE. There was none of that. I mean, he was pretty much the same guy, just maybe a little better adapted to how things went in New Japan. But ultimately, he's not that guy. And Tamatonga to that end, I think that Tamatonga is going to be a guy that's going to be on a solo push at some point in the next 6 months to a year. I think MFT is going to be broken up, and he's going to be on a run all his own.
I think he's being
and the
held back, in
purposes-
my opinion.
Oh yeah, I definitely do. I think the MFT has been holding him back. The whole bloodline angle from the jump, when it was strong, it was great. But once it started to fracture, they should have just let him go solo then. But they didn't, and now, to your point, he's being held back on it. For the purposes of this, though, I mean, that makes it easy for me. It's the Hart Foundation. They are literally the bar for one of the main bars for the tag teams. Period.
Forgot about that team.
Period.
Tag team too. Damn it, man. We missed a lot.
Next year.
Yep.
Next
They,
year.
they gonna be there.
All right. We have 2 for the Hearts. Strap. Cubano works. What you got?
Micah. See, Drew McIntyre saw something in that dude because he was in a 3-person faction with him and Eli Drake.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was there. I think this is he's definitely the Nepo baby. He's just hired based off of who he knows and who his daddy is, whoever that daddy is. I think he's adopted. I don't know. But the Gorillas of Destiny here,
Damn.
I don't think they're a match. I mean, you've seen that clip of him chopping away. It had to have been a rib, man. Chopping away at Okada there. Ha! Ha! Huh?
Kyle's
so-
yeah, get him out of here.
Jim Neidhart sees that one bit. He would just smack the taste out of his mouth. So we're going with the OG Hart Foundation here.
And it's unanimous. The Hart Foundation. Woohoo! All right. BDC, was it LOD region? What'd you call it?
We are in the Legion of Doom.
All right, we gotta kick it off
The
with
Legion
you.
of Region.
Can old school geniuses avoid getting steamrolled? We have Mind Games taking on Monsters. Will the Hollywood Blondes outsmart the LOD? Hawk and Animal taking on Hollywood Blondes, Stunning Steve Austin and Flying Brian Pillman. Who do you got?
They would absolutely outsmart the Road Warriors. It won't matter, though, because the Road Warriors are going to knock the shit out of them anyway. So it's the Road Warriors.
All right. Platino?
Well, sorry, Steve. This is not your night. you better be just like that night at going against Brock Lesnar and go home. I'm sorry. Yeah, no shot. No shot.
That's 2 for LOD. Strap?
Man, I feel like the Powers of Pain are going to be the ultimate job boy team here, even though they made it to the second round, because comparing everything to them, I got Powers of Pain. I got the pop on my mind. But what's the difference between? That's the point. That's why every knockoff LOD team failed, other than maybe Demolition, right? Hall of Famers, right?
Yep.
Essentially,
Because
had a
LOD,
shot, then they failed.
LOD had the power, they had the intelligence, maybe not as much as an Andersons, but they were a smart tag team. They were a strong tag team, and they also had the acceleration, the drive to win when they could. If it wasn't for that stinky, stanky Jim Cornette, the tennis player. But here versus the Hollywood Blondes with a very young Stone Cold Steve Austin and Brian Pillman. I think if WCW was booking this, and they probably would, they'd have the Blondes go over. But this ain't them. I am me. He is I. I'm choosing the Legion of Doom.
Tell him, Hawk.
Well, it is unanimous. L.O.D.
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16. Guys, but I'm going to throw a little curveball. We have a bonus match that Strap wants to see. Me and Strap, we discussed this. So this is just for y'all two right here. We have the Rockers taking on the American Males in a prosthetic leg match. Who's getting the pieces?
Wait, let's say this one more time, just so y'all hear me correctly. Why?
I am going. Yo no sé nada.
The Yappa Pie loose ankle match, brother.
Yo no veo nada. Estoy ciego. No speak English right now.
Who y'all got?
Y'all going to
I
hell.
plead the fifth.
That's what you got. You got Satan. That's what you got.
You must have 2 feet to get on this ride.
Marty Jannetty diving through the window trying to get the leg.
BDC is looking to the heavens above for an answer.
No. He's looking to the heavens. He's praying for the both of y'all. That's what he's doing.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And you know who's going to be the one holding? You know who's going to be the one holding the pieces?
Not the leg.
The Repo Man. Oh, I got a headache now.
Oh, my God. They need to face off against the tag team of Rey Mysterio and RVD. 420. That's 4 feet.
Oh,
2 feet.
I can't.
Size 20 combined foot sizes. The 220.
Well, I guess I should change my caption for the next match. Our next match,
Rockers.
BDC. my note says
scheduled for 1 foot.
My note says speed versus supernatural power. Can you outrun death? This is before this even took place. So we got the Brothers of Destruction, Undertaker and Kane, taking on the Rockers of Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty.
Oh my God.
BDC, who do you got?
Jesus. You know what? You get no more to do. You get no more explanations from me, Brothers of Destruction. You get no more explanations from me because what the fuck was that?
Oh man. All gas. No brakes. Block to know who you got.
Brothers of Destruction. Jesus. You guys are wrong. You guys are so
The
wrong.
Rockers don't stand a chance. Strap, who you got?
All the way to hell, man. All the way to hell.
The Rockers need to go toe to toe.
Scotty Riggs is never going to join us again.
Yeah, he raised his rates.
He did.
Hell yeah, like gas prices.
Hey, don't blame him.
So who's winning? Strap, who you got?
The Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty going to hell against Kane and The Undertaker. The Brothers of Destruction, the BOD of WWE.
What the fuck?
Well, the Rockers, while they're a very fun tag team, the spot monkeys of the past, I think Taker and Kane would use their imposing figure and stature to take down the Rockers. It's just very interesting that, Taker would end Shawn Michaels' career. It's so weird, right? I mean, I'm sure there's similar generations and age, perhaps, but freaking look at that. Undertaker retiring the Rockers, Shawn Michaels, that young heartbreak kid. I'm retiring you. That's just a weird thing to think about, but we're going with the Brothers of Destruction.
And it's unanimous. We already know who's the last men standing. The Brothers of Destruction. All right, let's get serious for a moment. Who truly owns tag team culture? Because we have a generational charisma clash right here. Both tag teams, they're entertaining. And you know what? I'm throwing a little curveball. No jokes right here. We're going to have Freebird rules. So you guys decide. We have the fabulous Freebirds, Michael Hayes, Terry Bam Bam Gordon, and Buddy Roberts taking on the New Day of Kofi Kingston, Big E Langston, and Xavier Woods. Freebird rules. Who you got? BDC.
Ooh. Oh, that made it. This is making it fun. I mean, of course, the peak combo is going to be Hayes and Garvin. And then New Day, to match up with New Day, it would be obviously Woods and Kofi. Yeah, this is kind of like, in this matter, it's like 1 and 1A. They're both really good. They both excelled in their gimmicks to the nth degree. Both are champions. If I go just by championships alone, it's going to be the New Day. If I go by who had a longer imprint on the business, long term, that might actually be the New Day too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the New Day on this. I think I'm gonna go with the New Day. I don't feel guilty for going the New Day here.
You shouldn't. All right, Platinum, who you got?
It's tough because
Yeah.
one of the most influential guys to ever lace some boots is actually Michael P.S. Hayes, and he's still influential in the
Don't you
game
mean
right
Doc
now.
Hendricks?
That guy too. And he is what WWE. Well, it was Bruce and Conrad. He made the funniest friggin' thing where with the guy doesn't walk a certain way. He actually sounds as he's walking where he goes doop doop doop, and every time I see him walking, you literally go doop 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 doop. But I gotta go with New Day, man. You got two heavyweight champions. Them guys are very influential on not just wrestling, but in the gaming industry as well. So that alone, not just because you're expanding your horizon on just one aspect in the industry, you're expanding it to a different industry as well and expanding your brand. That's key. For wrestlers, not only do you have to be good in the ring, you got to be able to expand outside to be a global household name. And New Day is that. Up,
Yep.
up, down, down, baby.
That's two for the New Day. Strap, who you got?
Freebird rules. We're going to go with Buddy Jack Roberts and Terry Bam Bam Gordy with Michael P.S. Hayes as the mascot, taking on Big E and Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods as the mascot of choice at ringside. This could be a wild match, and I got to call it a form of recency bias because I think if you grew up with the Freebirds, you might pick them, but I didn't. I grew up and grew old with the New Day, so I'm going to pick the New Day. Yes, they are.
And you know what? Not for anything, but probably the best iteration of the group, being Biggie and Kofi with X as the guy outside the ring, because yeah, he was laughs outside the ring. He was hilarity outside the ring. Not to diminish the obvious skills he has in the ring, but him as the guy outside the ring was hilarious. So yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I mean, the New Day have reached, and Kofi, they've reached, as a collective, they've reached such a career high. They're like Kevin Owens,
Yep.
who reached his career high, facing Stone Cold in the main event of WrestleMania. So it's kind of like, where do they go after that? What else can they do? How can they surpass? It's like, you got to leave it open. They could do something, but they might not. So, even with the New Day, exiting WWE recently, like, that stinks and it sucks, and more could have been done. But it's like the legacy is so high, not just Kofi Mania, but think about the tag team matches. X on the outside with Biggie and Kofi in the ring.
Yeah. Francesca too.
Oh man, just classic stuff.
Yeah.
And so it just can't be beat, man.
Yeah, Woods with the Iron Sheik boots on.
Oh yeah. Oh, see, he keeping another gimmick alive, man.
Love it.
Yeah.
Dom, you got the horn, right?
The pancakes.
Yeah, it's around here somewhere.
You got the
Next to
horn. You
that,
just don't got
Jake the Snake
Francesca or the shoes.
I mean, there's so many oddball things that are going to forever be associated with New Day that it's just insane. It was like, you think unicorns, you're going to think New Day. You think pancakes, you're going to think New Day. Bootios, New Day. Francesca or a trombone, New Day. Yeah, there's just so many oddball things that are just going to be tied to them that they've built over the year.
Paige, New Day.
New Day, everything, bagels.
Dragon Ball Z, Marvel. Yeah, all tied to New Day now.
Yeah.
All right.
All of that.
Well,
And whoever gets them after this release, made men.
Yeah.
They're
AEW.
gonna make bread.
Yeah.
It might be TNA, bro.
They'll be under
but
what?
Everybody wants
They'll
to
be under Austin. I think their names outside are now. It's back to Austin Creed, and then Kofi just dropped Kingston, so it's just Kofi. Yeah.
That's his real name, ain't
Yep.
right?
Yeah, that's his real name.
Good.
Kofi like.
Don't bring the accent.
All right. So for me, I'm going with the New Day. It's unanimous. Why the New Day are that damn good? They could definitely adapt. And we just covered Parade of Champions. Did you see how them people love JYD? Imagine we have the New Day with this gimmick right here, doing the roll call. They stomping them out in the corner, and
Yeah.
you hear the trombone. The fans, they will love that.
Yeah, they would.
Down in Texas.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
They would love that. They would definitely love that. I got the New Day all day, every day.
You think Biggie ever leaves the E? Or he's kind of like,
Well, he ain't wrestling. He done.
I know, but
Yeah.
you think he's gonna join them, at least be management role?
Nah, 'cause he said he don't want to be on TV every week. So he said he's fine where he's at right now. So
Like AEW doesn't
Yeah,
put
I
their
think-
talent on TV every week though. Certain ones at least.
Yeah, I think
He's
I
a
think
commentator. He's replaceable.
Yeah.
He's out of there.
I think he likes the role he's in. I think he likes the role he's in right now, and I also think that there isn't a need.
Okay.
There isn't a need for him to really
to leave.
join them where they're at, because they're gonna land 10 toes down wherever they go. It's not gonna be like they're gonna go somewhere and get screwed. They are the New Day.
Yeah.
They are the New Day regardless. They're going to land very well on their feet wherever they go.
And the fans won't have it no matter what company they join.
yeah,
Right.
exa-
And don't rule out a return to WWE at some point. It very much can happen.
I can see that.
You know, once TKO gets their head out their asses and stop trying to nickel and dime people, they'll absolutely be the possibility of return will absolutely be there.
I just seen that TKO want to bring back Baron Corbin.
I would have never let him
That
go,
won't
first
happen.
of all.
I just
That'll
seen
never
that.
happen. Yeah, but Baron Corbin is not gonna come back.
I think so.
That'll be
Give that man
Nah.
a paycheck. All them damn
Yeah.
steaks he can cook up. Never know.
I don't know.
All
I
about the
mean,
steaks.
That Wagyu
I mean,
beef.
the way he left, according to him, left a bad taste in his mouth. I don't know. You know, sometimes principle does take over.
Different management though too as well at that time. We'll
Yeah.
see though.
All right, well, let's get to our
should be
next match.
He should be a featured wrestler right now, in my opinion. This might
Yeah,
be.
I agree.
All right, well, our next match, we have Innovation taking on Evolution. We have Cool taking on Cunning. We have the Outsiders of Kevin Nash and Scott Hall taking on Edge and Christian. BDC, who do you got?
Well, you only have 5 seconds. Yeah, the 5-second pose, and pray that in that 5 seconds, one of them don't get kicked in the mouth, and the other one don't get power bombed. So, as far as the match itself, Edge and Christian are quicker. Outsiders way more ring savvy. Of course, if we go with Cope and Christian Cage, that's a whole different story because them too funny. But I don't know. This one's kind of tight for me too. But I'm going to step outside of myself, and I'm going to actually give the nod to the Outsiders.
Okay. All right, Platino, who you got?
I got the Outsiders as well, man. I love Edge and Christian, but there's no way they're matching their power and their cunningness, man. It wouldn't make any sense. These guys are not power guys going against those two big boozes. They probably figure out a way to separate Kevin Nash away from Razor and then figure it out from there. But it's not happening. I don't think so. Razor might just pull a Bob Backlund, just 3 seconds, boom, come in, power slam, and go to sleep.
Oh man. All right, Strap, who you got?
This is exactly how I would book it, based on all the knowledge and expertise we have. Very NWO style. Nash, big boots. Edge, Razor, cuts Razor's edge to Christian real quick. It's not even a match. And they laugh about it afterwards. That's what I booked.
Yeah, literally during the 5-second pose. Literally during the 5-second
Outsiders.
pose.
It's not even a match, but that's how I'd book it. Outsiders.
And as for me, it's unanimous. I'm going with the Outsiders. I can actually see what Strap is saying. I can see, it might be 16 seconds like Ronda Rousey. Some back elbows, big boot, Razor's edge, 1, 2, 3.
Because,
And
Guys,
it's over.
get the beers.
As much notoriety Edge and Christian have earned over their time, they're not playing that character. If this was like a reunion show, they're putting on the bandanas, the over-the-head sunglasses. They're that 2000 era Edge and Christian.
Mm-hmm.
And Hall and Nash. I mean, that's the thing against Nash, is that any new heel that would come his way, it's like, guess what? You're not over, kid. Big boot in the face. I'm talking about Lance Storm here. 3 championship belt Lance Storm in WCW. He got the big boot. It's like, well, there goes his push, and look where it ended up. So it's not too sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, time for the Hardy Compound, our final region.
Wonderful, yes.
Platino, we're going to kick it off with you.
Where's Strap? Strap don't start nothing?
Nope. Want to save Strap before me.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, you.
Go ahead, get the phone out. Platino, we have Speed versus Brute Force. We have the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, taking on the Koloffs, Ivan and Nikita Koloff. Who do you got?
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, Hardy Boys. I love you guys. Well, you're getting a fucking Russian sickle tonight. Sorry. I love them guys. I think they can wrestle with the best of them. I ain't messing with them damn Russians, man. They're a little crazy and they'll kill you rapido. It is not wonderful.
So we got the Koloffs. BDC, you clean your glasses, trying to make sure your vision is clear for this next pick.
I don't need my vision for this one. All I'm gonna say is Nikita was the nice one. I'm going with the Koloffs.
Ooh.
That's all I'm saying. Nikita was the nice one.
Fake Russian.
I know. Don't matter. Most of these guys are play wrestle anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Cole's got 50% off. Strap, who you got?
I'm picking the Hardys. I don't know enough. I mean, I can envision the Koloffs and how brutal they could be, but I just can't go with them because I don't know them. So I'm going with the Hardys.
Okay, Roger.
Roger.
Well, same like me. I don't know much about the Koloffs, but I know the legacy of the Hardys. I know what these guys did as a tag team. I know what these guys did as, single wrestlers. And I know what they did when they came back. They start winning all the gold again. So we got our first tiebreaker. from Booby.
Hardys.
We also know how this is going to go.
I don't know no Koloffs. I don't know no Koloffs.
Who's the
Let's
Koloffs?
see.
I don't know
Hold
the
on.
Koloffs.
And Booby went with
The Hardys.
The Hardys.
the Hardys, because he don't know the Koloffs either. So the Hardys,
Yeah.
they survived barely.
Barely. That was tough too.
Very barely.
Because,
No
yeah.
You said that was tough. This might be tough for BDC and you. Because do the legends still have it? Or is it about them boys right here? We have Heart taking on Star Power. And you know the Briscoes, they fight like it's their last match. Plot to know, we got the Briscoes, Mark and Jay Briscoe, taking on Sting and Lex Luger. Who do you got?
I already told you, I hate these single guys that are tag teams. I know what they're capable of with Lex and Sting, but them boys, give it them boys. They're more technically sound. They know each other better. They know how to work the ring. They can adapt to just about any style. And Jay is not gonna give two Fs who's in the ring. Sting, Lex, Mother Teresa, President Trump. Fuck him. He gonna
Uh-oh.
knock him out. Yep. Them boys.
All right, got them boys. BDC, who you got?
Man, you already know. I just finished watching a video earlier where Jake the Snake Roberts debuted in WCW, and how did he debut? By DDTing Sting on a chair twice. Sting was always taking somebody's best shot, just because it was a day ending in Y, and there will be a lot of best shots coming from the Briscoes. Yeah, I'm actually going with Briscoes too.
All right, we got two for the Briscoes. Strap, Sandy Spork, who you got?
I don't like this match. But I choose the Briscoes, another real brother tag team, and they also have that oh man, that's gonna be tough, huh? They can have that LOD smash mouth style.
Mm-hmm.
That's style I'm talking about. But I'm going with them boys for the win.
Wow, them boys is going to the Sweet 16. And as for me, as much I like Sting and Luger as a tag team, them dudes had too much friction. As much friction as the Briscoes had, it was a lot. But them boys will still beat your ass and they fight afterwards too. I gotta
like
go with
brothers.
them boys. I gotta go with them boys.
Just find like
It's
brothers.
unanimous.
Nothing wrong with that. Beat your little brother up and then let him know, hey, I love you too.
Them boys. Unanimous.
Yep.
Woo! All right. Well, Platino, our next match, we have brawling versus technical aggression right here. Can toughness outpower precision? We have the APA, Farouk and Bradshaw, taking on the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid. Who do you got?
I got two beers here. That's all you got to say. APA, all day, every day. And let's smoke a cigar with that too.
All right, BDC, who you got?
And I watched the Bulldogs back in the day, and they were a fantastic tag team. But they are no APA at all. They are not.
We're not talking acolytes. We're talking about APA.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even the acolytes were rough. They were roughhousers as the acolytes, but they just took it to a whole different level as the APA.
We need protection from the pussy.
I don't think the Bulldogs would have enough firepower to outlast the APA's just straight brutality. It's just not happening.
And we'll definitely protect you from the posse. Hold on.
That's the truth.
Wait, what? The posse? We love posse.
Damn. Two for APA. Strap, who you got?
I'm choosing the Bulldogs because they have a special secret weapon, brother, and that's Matilda, as she's going to chase away that dog-fearing Ron Simmons out to the back, leaving JBL wondering what the hell's going on. Roll up, 1, 2, 3.
Why is Braun afraid of the dog?
I don't know. Color of skin.
Wow.
And y'all talk about me.
Wow.
Y'all
Just wow. Just wow.
Wow.
Might have to edit
Well-
that. Might have to edit that. Might have to edit that.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
it
we
doesn't
might have
matter. It doesn't matter.
Welcome to cancellation. Oh yeah.
What does matter is my pick. Is it the Bulldogs or is it the APA? And I'm gonna have to go with them brawling APA. Farouk and Bradshaw.
watch
Them
your
boys
mouth.
can fight. Yeah, them boys can fight. They can go. And yeah, I got them. APA on to Sweet 16. All right, well, our last match in this region right here. It isn't a match. It's a collision. Platino, absolute destruction, no finesse, just impact and survival. Who do you got? Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow taking on Demolition, Axe and Smash.
Maybe Hall of Famers, but you ain't beating up Vader and Bammer, brother. I'm sorry. You getting X, you getting smashed. At the end of the day, you're crushed.
Wow.
Yes.
All right. BDC, who you got?
So, when you have a guy who is over 400 pounds but moves like a cruiserweight, that's amazing. When you have two of them guys on the same team, are you kidding me? Demolition can't. They can't. That's Vader and Bam Bam all day.
Bam.
Strap.
Bam. Bam. Bam.
You know, Demolition, their attire was like, you know, the sadomasochistic looking bondage, kind of dudes, kind of like Hellraiser the movie. Well, Vader already wore shit like that. Look at his face, right? But Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow, they seem like the unstoppable force, the immovable object. So I'm going with Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow.
Well. We got Demolition, we got Vader and Bam Bam. And you know, no homo. I like my big guys. You know, I'm a big fan of Vader, the Mastodon. I like Big Bam Bam Bigelow, the Moonsault, and I like him in what's the movie with Damon Wayans?
Oh,
Major Pain.
Yep.
Major Pain, yeah. You say you're gonna kick me in your foot. You call me a lie, boy?
See, that's what another thing Charles got wrong at the watch store. He's like, you know that movie? He knew I like wrestling. He's like, you know that movie with Vader? I was like, no. He's like, it's Major Pain. You should watch it. I was like, okay, I watched it. I'm like, man, that was Bam Bam Bigelow.
Vader was on Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do
Yes,
watch
Boy
along.
Meets World on the.
No.
Damn it.
We should do the White Castle Affair.
Hey, we're not talking about race here.
Anyways, Vader and Bam Bam on to the next round. It is unanimous. Woo!
wow. That was a layup, Dom.
Pasteles.
That was a layup.
Damn right.
Guava.
That is the round of 32.
32.
BDC,
Yes, sir.
what upsets do we got?
Let's
My
see.
stomach.
What upsets do we have?
I'm good.
Oh, shit.
Slight upset at 12 with the Colossal Connection being taken out by the Andersons at 13. We have a 4-12 upset with Hansen and Brody taking out the Midnight Express. And let's see what else we have. Vader and Bam Bam taking out Demolition. That was a 2-7. APA taking out the Bulldogs at 6-3. And
Not really an upset.
I see you.
All right, well.
And the Rockers being taken down by the Brothers of Destruction, another 4-12.
Well, that's a bad leg, so what do you expect? Anyways, we're down to the Sweet 16. BDC, let's hear the matchups. Tease us right quick.
Oh, Lord. All right, in Dudleyville, we have the Dudley Boys, number 1, facing off against the Andersons at 13.
Okay.
And we have the 2-3 matchup. We have Harlem Heat at 2. We have the Young Bucks at 3.
Ooh, brothers and brothers.
Shit.
Yep. In Steiner line, we have the Hart Foundation at 2 facing off against FTR at 3. And we have the Steiner brothers at 1 facing off against Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody at 12.
Oh no, Gina.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a bar fight.
It gets good. All right. So in the Legion of Doom, we have the. You know what? I'm gonna go to reverse. We have New Day at 3 facing off against the Outsiders at 7. And then, which this match is probably one I'm looking very forward to. It's the Road Warriors at 1 versus the Brothers of Destruction at 12.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, indeed.
Yeah.
And in the Hardy compound, we have the Hardy Boys facing off against them boys, the Briscoes, 112.
Did we ever get that match, Strap?
Yeah.
Huh? Did we get that match?
I think so.
What?
Hardys and Briscoes.
That's a very good
We might have
question.
gotten it at Ring of Honor.
Look at.
Might have gotten it at Ring
We'll
of
tell you
Honor.
that next week.
Yep.
Go ahead, next one.
And the final match, y'all already been blown away by what you've seen so far. We have the APA versus Vader and Bam Bam 6-7 in the last match of the Hardy compound.
Ooh.
These matches are about to be tight.
Ooh, I can't wait for next week. And just like that, we are
my
down to the
God.
Sweet 16. Some legends
Oh,
prove
boy.
they are untouchable. Others, they didn't survive the pressure. They're
Yep.
still standing, maybe. It don't matter. But the bracket is tight. The matches are only getting tougher. From here on out, everything changes. So now we're going to ask, who do y'all got? Who's going to make it to the finals? We're going to see in a few weeks. Make sure you tune in, like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Because it's only going to get crazier. It's getting good.
Crazy.
Getting bad.
Yep.
It's getting ugly.
It's
Yep.
gonna be dangerous.
It's going to be dangerous.
This is nuts.
It's going to be dangerous. It is nuts. Well, I'm Notorious One. I am Dom. I'm here with Sandy Sport, Strap Facts. I'm here for Reach for the Sky, boys. BDC. I'm here with Platino. And we will see you guys next time. Boom.